is stable by working with the Conservatives, reduce the stable economy, and there are more jobs available now than there were 5 years ago, certainly. So we are hopefully producing a world with stability in it and certainty in it, but when you graduate and go out into the world, you will have a world which gives you confidence in yourself and other people, and you'll be able to see and have a wonderful career ahead of you. Thank you.
Well, I followed a similar pathway to the one that you're suggesting, actually. I took my A-levels in this school, and then I left and went to study law at Newcastle University. And at the time, Tony Blair had promised us education, education, education. But he then saw fit to introduce tuition fees, which he'd actually promised not to do, which reminds me a little bit of the last government, which promised us they wouldn't raise tuition fees, well, at least half of it did, and then proceeded to do just that. One of the things I would like to see happen is, if not reducing tuition fees, at least capping them and making sure that they remain as affordable as possible. I mean, I'd really like to see them lowered, actually. And one of the ways that I'd like to achieve this is by making sure that, well, not everybody should go to university. It's crazy to think absolutely everybody needs a degree. They don't. Lots of people would benefit from apprenticeships, lots of people would benefit from in-work training. So then we could focus on sending people who truly deserve to go to university, sending those people to university, and actually making sure that there's enough money to pay for that for the government.
Well, you'll be glad to know that the Green Party will abolish tuition fees if elected at this election. So I'm going to scrap those, so you'll be alright. It's certainly a tuition fee, by the way, not a grant anymore. We will also invest in job creation, in jobs that actually pay a living wage, and that's one of the main things in terms of developing and expanding the economy, not continuing with austerity. And in terms of housing, we are committed to build at least 500,000 social houses to rent. So development is evenly distributed across the UK. So wherever you choose to study, wherever you choose to live, we will be there to help you.
Hi, Megan. You're probably worried a little bit about paying back your tuition fees. On that, I'd say if you end up with a job where you're earning, say, £23,000, that's only going to cost you £15 a month. And for those who maybe go on to a lifelong career in the city or something, which may well be you, then it's going to cost a little bit more. It'll be £200. So paying it back will be dependent on your ability to earn the money. Jobs, that's the most important thing. I want you to be able to have a job to go to. That's what you need, that's what you want to get on in life. This government has created, well, they've overseen businesses creating more jobs in Yorkshire than the entirety of France. That's the record that's there. If I'm your MP, I'm passionate about small businesses locally. I want them to thrive, I want them to grow. If you want to set up your own business, that's something I hopefully can encourage you to do. And lastly, housing. Getting on the housing ladder is increasingly difficult, and there are lots of new schemes which I support. One of them that's great is by topping up your savings. When you put a little bit aside now, you can get that topped up by 25%, so that'll help you save for a deposit. And then the Conservatives are committed to building homes, 200,000 homes, specifically for first-time young buyers like you, which they'll sell at a discount across the country, not just here, but across the country. So hopefully that's a good package, and I just wish you well with your A-levels this summer.
One of the conundrums about Richmond, Megan, and beyond, into Hamilton as well, is that we're actually probably near full employment, but many of the jobs are of low quality, seasonal type jobs. I'm going to just turn that on one time. Sorry. What we need to focus on, and what I've always wanted to focus on in my years as a councillor, is quality employment. I think we do have a real opportunity here. We've got the extension of the A1N right up to Scotch Corner, the Bedale bypass, and the A6136 running through Colburn, all being upgraded. I hope that we'll be able to capitalise on these infrastructure improvements to attract the sort of firms who actually offer that quality employment. And when you go out to the rural areas, like those I represent up in the Dales, we are having broadband. It's not coming to every community. I wish that it was. I would like to see it in every community. but it will bring a real opportunity for those foot leafs and fancy-free ICT entrepreneurs to enjoy the wonderful quality of life we have here in the constituency and do a high-powered job and perhaps employ people, returners from university, in their new enterprises. On buying a house, I organised with the Yorkshire Post in November a rural summit. It was a very high-level summit, and we actually realised that
When we draw to a conclusion,
one of the key issues was that we were not able to have sufficient housing available for our young families. The District Council is taking forward an initiative, we'll be discussing it tomorrow, where we have a housing company and we are going back into the business of building houses for rent throughout Richmondshire itself. Other parts of the area need to follow. Thank you.
There's no doubt about it that we're losing our young people for whatever reason. I think a lot of that's to do with affordability and opportunities. So in terms of affordable housing, then I would encourage the development of affordable housing for our young people and for their young families. And in fact, Labour's policy would be to prioritise local people where such housing is being built. However, it's all about ensuring young people get real opportunities to develop life skills and careers. I was a first generation graduate, and so I know what it's like suffering it out through university on what then was known as a grant, but at least it was a grant. And that experience made me personally feel that tuition fees are an obstacle, and always have been an obstacle, to accessing higher education. And while I personally would lobby of the abolition of tuition fees, Labour Party policy at the moment is to at least reduce them in Parliament from £8,000 to £6,000 on the affordability basis. In terms of jobs, I've already said that I'm interested in quality jobs for young people, real jobs. That means investing in proper apprenticeships, proper vocational training for those who don't go into apprenticeships, but most importantly, looking at some of the rip-offs that young people face before they even start work. I'm not interested in a separate minimum...
Can you draw to a conclusion?
Yeah, wage rate, for example, for apprentices. I think that's wrong, and we should raise that rate for them. And transport as well. We should look at better transport options for our young people so that they can go to work better and go to our universities better. Thank you.